Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Keeneland Racecourse here on opening day of the fall meet here on Friday. It is October the 7th, 2016. I'm going to look at the stakes races 8 and 9. Before I get onto that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for full card selections from Keeneland and other racetracks around the world, and I mean it, around the world. So let's get on to it, starting off with the first stakes race on today's program, race number 8. It's the 164th running of the Stoll Keenan Ogden Phoenix Stakes. Grade 2, purse $250,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 7 horses traveling 6 furlongs in this one. 6 furlongs. And my top selection here, I'm going to try and pick away from the 4 to 5 favorite AP Indian. I'm going to go to my to the 5 horse here, number 5, Limousine Liberal. I'm going to go 5-1-6-4, 5-1-6-4. This race, the Phoenix, has produced the last 2 Breeders' Cup Sprint winners. Last year, Run Happy. The year before that, in 2014, Work All Week or Work All Day, something along those lines with Florent Giroux. So this race has been a very good race for the Breeders' Cup Sprint the last few years. So maybe this year this 5 horse can win. But number 5, Limousine Liberal, like I said, 5-1. Jose Ortiz on this one, getting blinkers on today for the first time. Last time out, ran Saratoga, 7 furlongs, August 27th in a Forgo, grade 1 Forgo. This horse finished 7th by 6 3/4 lengths behind AP Indian that day. And from the 3-hole, this horse just didn't have the best of runs. Really did not fire at all. Just wasn't his day that day. Gets Jose Ortiz on for the second time. Last start before that, July 2nd, the Smile Sprint at Gulfstream Park. So horse finished second by 3 3/4 lengths that day. As a favorite, he was up with the leaders that day, but you really didn't keep up with them in the final eighth of a mile. He basically finished a decent second, but and start before in the Aristides Stakes at Churchill, 6 furlongs on June the 4th. The horse finished second by head at 80 cents to the dollar. Just missed. Was closing up very good, but just missed. Last win for this horse came in optional 6-2 Claimer here at Keeneland in the spring. Won by 4 1/4 lengths on the lead all throughout. Easy victory from the rail. Got a 100 buyer. Tied second of his career. Jose Ortiz last rode this horse in King's Bishop of 2015 at 7 furlongs at Saratoga. He finished second behind Run Happy at 15-1 this horse that day. Was a little bit, had a horrible trip. Closed up a tiny bit after that horrible trip. But if you watch the replay, this horse, that trips and traps, I wonder if this horse was a trip and trap, because he should have been, because he found every single hole to find a problem with that in King's Bishop that day. But I'm going to go with this horse as the top selection here. So to recap my bets, race number 8 from Keeneland Racecourse here on opening day, it's the Phoenix. I'm going to go with the 5 horse Limousine Liberal. I'm going to go 5-1-6-4. 5-1-6-4. So now let's get on to race number 9 from Keeneland. It's the 65th running of the Darley Alcibiades. Grade 1, purse $400,000 for fillies, 2-year-olds. Field of 14 horses. This race always has big fields. This and the Breeders' Futurity tomorrow, always big fields. They're traveling a mile 16th here. Prep race for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies coming up in about 4 weeks' time. Or 5 weeks, whenever it is. It's actually 4 weeks. This race is very wide open. If you're playing a pick 4 or pick 5, I go as deep as you can, because I just think it's a very difficult race. I went with the 1 horse, number 1, Fun, as a top selection. I'm going to put him into a superfecta. I'm going to go 1-8-6-11. 1-8-6-11. I'll probably use all 4 of those horses and maybe even more in the pick 4, pick 5 if I play it. I'm not sure. I want to see if I could save my money until Breeders' Cup. Sometimes I will play a 10-cent superfecta here and there just to keep me occupied sometimes. But number 1, Fun here at a Harlan's Holiday. Harlan's Holiday, I believe, won the 2002 or 1 Bluegrass over this course. I believe. I think he did, actually. So her daddy won over this course about 15 years ago. But last time out, this horse ran in the Spinaway 7 furlongs at Saratoga on September 3rd. This horse finished 4th by 8.5 lengths. It was a little bit wide that day and really couldn't keep up with them. There was a dead heat for the win that day also. I think this horse will be a better 2 turns horse. Will really like Keeneland. Gets a good decent post position. You don't want to be wide going a mile 16th here at Keeneland. Start before came here at Saratoga, at Saratoga. 6 furlongs on July 22nd to Schuylerville. Source finished second by 4.5 lengths at 22-1 behind Sweet Loretta, who was a winner next start out in the spinaway. Really closed up very nice to that victory that day. And then this horse is made to win 5.5 furlongs at Churchill. This horse won by a head, closed up again. This horse is a closer. I think she should like the surface here at Keeneland. 10-1. I'm going to take my chances with this one because this race is just very wide open. You could go a few ways, I think. So to recap my bets for race number 9, the Alcibiades from Keeneland Racecourse here on opening day at the fall meet. Going to go with the one horse Fun. Going to go 18611, 18611. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.